It kind of felt like I was in the passenger seat of the car and there was no one driving. You're speeding down a highway, something's going to happen. You could either take control of it, get into the driver's seat, or you can just sit in the passenger seat and scream and freeze up, just let your life happen or not happen. Whatever plays out, plays out. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about knowing when it's best to take a step back or quit something versus pushing forward and pushing through hardships, whether that's business hardships, whether that's personal hardships, because it all kind of goes together. 2020 was a terrible year for basically everyone. Everyone knows why. The pandemic, absolutely crazy. Everyone's lives were kind of turned up in the air. No one knew what to do. The uncertainty of everything was just crazy for everybody. Also, at the beginning of last year, I lost my mom. It was all of a sudden, no warning, no nothing. My mom's gone. So right before all the pandemic stuff started, I lost my mom. Right on top of that, pandemic, everything locked down. My job at the time shut down. It was just crazy. On the one hand, I have the absolute worst possible things that could happen. So it was really, really easy for me to go into a dark place last year. But at the same time, I have this business, the photo and video business, that I'm really, really trying to pursue, trying to make a full-time thing, and spending a lot of my time, energy, focus, any waking moment that I'm not at my job, I was pursuing this and seeing success with it. I'm having like conflicting things in my own head about whether I should just like step back, not be as aggressive with what I'm doing and pursuing my passion, or do I kind of put my pain and anguish to the side and try to just push through it? And I was at a very, very big crossroads last year. I tried to just push through. I did it at the wrong time. If I'm being honest with myself, I think I did it at the wrong time. I lost my mom mid-February. For about 6 months afterwards, it was just a deep, deep hole that I kept crawling into. It was bad. Everything got to a point where even though I was seeing success in the business aspect of what I was doing, the personal aspect was taking a hold of everything about me. So for me, it was a very big personal struggle last year. I was to a very, very deep, dark point then. So I kind of had to sit down with myself and have a little heart-to-heart and grab my own steering wheel. Say my life is a car. It kind of felt like I was in the passenger seat of the car and there was no one driving. You're speeding down a highway, something's going to happen. You could either take control of it and get into the driver's seat, or you can just sit in the passenger seat and scream and freeze up, just let your life happen or not happen. Whatever plays out, plays out. And I wasn't about to take that route. So intense, heart-to-heart with myself, took the fact that I can't change what happened at all. Either one of those circumstances. I can't change what happened to my mom. I can't change anything about the pandemic and everything being shut down. Everything's all crazy. The only thing that I can change is my perception and what I'm feeling, my outlook on it. So I went with the route of using that as a fuel to turn me into like instead of a car, I turned into a SpaceX rocket blasting into outer space. Because you never know what's going to happen in your life. You don't know if one day something's going to happen. You're not going to be here. That really, really opened up my eyes to going after what I want to do in life and going after that full on. Not continuing to work at a factory job like I was doing, burning up 50, 60 hours of my week whenever I want to do this. And it's right here. I'm seeing success with it. So I went full on. The end of last year, I dove headfirst into it. And right before I did that, I kind of allowed myself to fully accept and feel everything that I had been trying to hide and bury. That was so much of an awakening moment for me personally. There's always going to be hardships in the personal aspect or the business aspect. You can either take a hold of it or you can let it happen or step back. Things can go either way. Like finding success in doing stuff is not a one-way street. It's like one of those little roundabouts where you got a bunch of different turnoffs, and people, especially around here, don't ever know where they're going and don't know where they're turning off or to use their turn signal or anything else. So you got to take a hold of your own steering wheel and know where you're going and have a clear path. You can't get to a destination if you don't know how to get there, or you don't have a map. How are you going to get to where you're going or where you want to be? You have to know where you're going and then work backwards from that. What's the best streets for me to take? One route for you might be better than that route for me. Depends on my skills behind the wheel. So you might like to drive down dirt roads and go Dukes of Hazzard style. I might like freeway and just fly that way. It doesn't matter how you get there, but the fact of choosing what's best for you and going at that full on. Or the other option is to take a step back. Sometimes, if we are honest with ourselves, the best thing for us to do is to take that step back. Give a little bit of space and mentally just decompress, because there's a lot of stuff in the world that's stressful for a lot of people. And if you think that you aren't or can't be a victim of overstressing yourself, that's how I thought before. And then your whole life turns upside down and you have no control. And then you really got to rein it in to be able to push forward after that. So there is no right or wrong answer, a set rule for everyone, whether you should push through this or whether you should take a step back, whether you should quit. Sometimes the smartest thing to do is to quit, and knowing when to quit. Most successful people who reach a really high level of success will tell you knowing when to quit is the ultimate form of success, because if you stay with something too long, you can lose out on everything. If you know when to exit, know when to quit, sometimes you can save yourself, and save yourself a lot of pain, anguish, personal, business, all of it. In my case, I had to sit down with myself, have a really, really big heart-to-heart, grab my own steering wheel, get over to the driver's seat, and take a hold of where I was going. Reconsult my map, look again, where am I going? Or is there any detours I need to take? What is going to work out best for me in getting me to the spot where I need to go to be what I want to be, to do what I want to do in life? And I made it happen. The end of last year, after that, that sparked a fire in me like nothing else I've ever done. I pushed last year. I made it to where I needed to be to start this year, 2021. And as of March 18th, 2021, I jumped off and I'm a full-time creator. This is what I do. I do photo and video work. I make photo and video for myself, for clients. Going to be doing the YouTube stuff, podcasts, this sort of stuff right here, helping out other people in the best ways that I can, because I went through it. I have found some success and hopefully continue to find success. And to do that, you got to have the right mindset. You got to have the right tools. You got to have the passion, the skills developed. And yes, you have to develop your skills. It's not just the camera you have. It's not just anything sort of equipment. Equipment does help, but you got to have all of it and steer it in the right direction. And that's how you find real success. So to wrap this up, I just want to say, if you're going through something hard, whether that's in the business world, whether that's in your personal world, there's nobody that can tell you exactly what you need to do. I can't sit here and say that you need to just put your head down, push and work through it. Sometimes that is the best thing. Sometimes the best thing for you personally is to take a step back, to decompress, to take some time and maybe come back to it, maybe not come back to it. Sometimes stepping away completely is the best option, and only you can make that decision for yourself and what's best for you, for your family, and everyone involved. So thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, you spending any of your time with me. It's amazing, and I appreciate it so much. Drop me a comment down below, whether this is on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you see this. Let me know other things you'd like to see from me, any topics, any photo, video techniques, anything that you would like to see me cover in a video or podcast form. Let me know, because I want to help. And lastly, the day that I'm recording this is July 12th, 2021. My mom's 60th birthday would have been tomorrow, July 13th, 2021. And I just want to say, Mom, I love you. I really, really miss you. I'm going to continue to push. Like you saw me start to have success with this. I'm going to continue to push in that direction and be the man that you wanted me to be, raised me to be, and always expected and wanted of me. I'm going to continue that in your honor. I really, really miss you. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.